This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Hello, America, and welcome to the #1 radio station in all of Fort Myers Beach.
Beach Talk Radio.
Here are your hosts, Kim and
Ed Ryan. My name is Ed Ryan. This is Kim Ryan. We are your hosts for Beach Talk Radio, the #1 radio station and the only radio station, even though it's not really a radio station.
Nope.
It's some kind of Facebook, YouTube station that we've concocted out of nothing into something, which is a miracle that you're still hanging on. You know, we were just talking about it today.
Who's still hanging on? Me or
that
the
you're still
listeners?
hanging on. Yeah, and they're still hanging on. We are at the, I call them the man caves, but they're called something else. What is it called?
Island Suites.
The Island Suites, where you have to cut off your left arm to buy one, or give up your first child or something.
You don't.
No?
No.
It's
I mean,
expensive.
it's not expensive. If you have the money if you have the stuff that goes in these,
Yeah.
you have the money to buy them.
Oh, look who's here. Jane Plummer is here. This is a who's who of Fort Myers Beach. Like,
Yeah.
if you are somebody, you're here. If you're somebody and you're not here, then you're not in town. Wow, that little girl just did like 50 cartwheels
Yep.
in a row. How
Yep.
crazy is that?
Oh,
So this is the
she
shouldn't be
busy.
doing them on cement like that, and she's doing them in boots, which is
you
something
think you
else.
could,
Look, Wink is here. I'm sure Wink wants to come over and be on our show so they can get more viewers than they do on their own show.
Do you think you could rock out a cartwheel?
No, never.
No.
I've never been able to do a cartwheel. And the thing is, at my age, if you try and do a cartwheel and you fall on the cement, there's shit's going to break.
I don't
Like-
think your little spindly arms, they would hold
things are
you
going to
up.
break.
They would hold
Spindly
you up.
arms. How dare you say that about me? That's crazy talk. So if we could talk real quick about the funeral that we went to, not about the funeral specifically,
Yeah.
but something strange happened to me when we showed up for this very nice ceremony for somebody that we knew.
Celebration of life.
Yeah, that was what was he? 55. Had a plane accident. He was a pilot, and so we show up to the event today, which was supposed to be like September 30th or something. It was 2 days after the storm, where the
Right.
ceremony was originally planned, and then the storm hit, and so
Right.
they rescheduled it to today. And so we show up, and we don't know a lot of people because we know Ellen, who is the
Let's not make names. But
bride
whatever,
of
go-
the person that passed away. We've known Ellen forever. She took our class. You guys did a little podcast together. And so we show up. And then if you ever get into this situation where it's so awkward, like somebody walks up to you and thinks they know you, like now it's me and my wife and my daughter. We're standing there. We're waiting for the ceremony to begin. And this older lady comes over and she goes, "Hey, Bob."
I know she
Like
looked,
looking right at me. And she
she
said, "Hey, Bob."
gazed
And then
deep
she
in
stood
your eyes.
And then she stood next to me to kind of say, "Okay, talk to me, Bob. Like, Bob, how you been? What's going on?" Like, and now I'm like, you're at a funeral. It's not like you're at a concert or something and you can fake a conversation.
Right.
You're at a funeral about somebody, like, and so you can't really say, how did you know Todd and blah, blah, blah. And so now you're like, well, like, okay, how do you get out of that? So you just kind of walk away, like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom.
I think if it was at a wedding, you could say, "Hey, I think you have me confused," but
not at a
celebration of
funeral.
life,
That was
you
Karen
kinda-
Woodson is here, town councilwoman Karen
Yep.
Woodson. So that was interesting, but the ceremony was so nice, and
bagpipes
oh yeah,
were great.
bagpipes and the food was lovely, and yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna ask Megan Allers to come over. Enough
All
about me,
right.
dear. I know you want just to spend the whole hour talking about me.
Yeah.
But Megan Allers is here. She's in the green room now. We're waiting for her to come over. She's not really paying attention. So you can sit wherever you want, Megan. You're in charge here. We're just along for the ride. Megan Allers, everybody, the first lady of Fort Myers
Yes.
Beach.
You're too sweet. Hey
Yes.
guys, how's
Hey.
it going?
Thank
Good,
you for
how are
inviting
you?
us.
We're doing good. I mean, we're just soaking it all in here.
This weather for this
So
event.
nice.
Wow. Did
Crazy.
you dial this right up?
I actually thought it was going to be a lot hotter today, so I was a little worried.
No, it's
But
perfect.
it's been breezy. It's been beautiful,
And you see the shade. Now we're getting some shade.
the shade is growing.
And for
Yes.
anybody that's
And,
new to the show, this sweater is
Oh,
courtesy
that's
of
right.
Megan. She brought it to us.
Last year, Steph and I got it for you last year.
Was it only 1 year
just
ago?
a year ago?
Wow.
Yeah, and you mowed the
Wow.
lawn in it.
That's right.
Yep.
Actually, we mowed the lawn in it. And then I went to the Home Depot with money people donated. I don't even know what. Oh, I was buying stuff for Bay Oaks.
That's right.
For their Halloween or
Yeah.
something.
Uh,
Something.
well, it couldn't have been Halloween.
No, it was something else.
Christmas.
Seems weird.
I was buying something at
For
a,
Christmas.
no, it was for Halloween. We were building something. It had to be 2 years ago that I got the sweater. I'm so confused. It was
so
something
I
for
want to
Bay
ask
Oaks.
you,
Maybe it was for a haunted house or something.
Could be.
Yeah.
have you washed it since then?
No. Why would I wash a sweater? How
That
do you
makes
Why,
it vintage,
yes.
right?
how do you wash a sweater? I wouldn't even know how to do that.
You put it in the laundry.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
mean,
wanna
what
ruin
are-
the
What are your
dinosaurs.
impressions, guys? What do you think?
It's awesome. This is
It's
I think this is a
fantastic.
keeper. This is a keeper.
Lots
So-
of great Christmas trees. Lots of little mini trees.
These little
Love
trees
these.
are so
yep.
adorable.
They're adorable and they're functional. You can
Yes.
put them wherever.
So, Barb
mm.
at the White Egret up in Anna Maria Island, her and her team
Ah.
are the ones that reached out to Anita, and they said 100 trees. I think they showed up with 140.
Wow.
Wow.
So for people that
Um,
don't know, what do you brought trees out, what
so
happens?
The way that this year's auction is working, there is a twin tree for every tree that's laid out right here. Excuse me. Some are online bidding only, and they're in a separate location. And then we have the ones that are out here.
They're sequestered away in a
Yes.
separate
Wow.
There's a
location.
twin for each of these trees. And so whoever buys a tree is also donating the twin tree to a person or family who's been affected by Ian. And I think people are just overwhelmed by it. They're
Yeah.
just, the nomination process really had some very heartfelt stories. And
Did you bring
there's
any to read?
I mean, we could have taken nominations for a month and there still
Still
would have
been
been more that we could have done. And I'm just so happy that people stepped up and wanted their neighbors recognized for some of the things that we've all been going through.
Yeah.
Anything in particular that you recall that you want to tell us?
Well, you know,
Like a little
obviously,
vignette?
you know, we've had a lot of people who've lost home and business, young children, down to a month old, newborns that are displaced. So just a really wide variety, but everyone very deserving.
So how are things going with you guys? What's going on with your house and the whole thing and getting back on the island? Or
Our house is, our permits are in.
nice.
We are down to studs, and Scott Allen from Allen Development Group is our contractor.
Very
so
nice.
I know we're in great hands.
One of our
right.
sponsors. If you
Yeah.
need somebody, folks,
We're in
he's
great
somebody you can
hands.
trust.
So it's, you know, it's going to be a slow process. You know, everyone's in the same line. So it's obviously if it was up to my former construction doing husband, you know,
You're done already.
it'd be done already, but that's not how the process works. So we have to remind him that he's got to be a little patient sometimes.
Now, Buttonwood's still busy?
Buttonwood has slowed down a little bit.
What's the biggest need now?
You know, I think we had like another round where people were coming in for food, but we
Okay.
still
Oh, really?
have tons of food.
You all right? You getting a
Yeah,
cold or
sorry,
something?
my
Or?
allergies
Well,
are horrible.
Fur
I
ball?
know. I'm
Yeah.
with you. The
Um,
allergies are on tilt.
People
I've-
are still looking for hand tools. We still have a generator list, if you can believe it
Crazy.
or not.
I can.
So, but we are dialing back hours.
Mhm.
Starting next week, it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Still 10 to 4. So we just want to make everyone aware of that.
A lot
Because
of
we're
kids
reaching
running
the
around.
holidays. And I think after the new year, people who have been volunteering, we have some of our great volunteers that are going back to work.
Right.
And I'm thrilled for them to be able to do that. So we still are going to, you know, do as much good as we can.
But
But,
it's time to move on to the next phase
Yeah, I think
sometimes,
so.
too. Like the next phase is now we need buildings. We need buildings to
Right,
go up. We need
right.
permits
I mean,
to be
who knows
passed.
what we could do with it next.
Yeah.
But we'll figure
Yeah.
it out.
Very cool. Very cool. So people can come down here. There's no cost.
No cost.
Just come down
Mhm.
and take a look at the trees,
Yep.
bid on the trees.
Mhm.
We
I
got
do want to
food.
mention too, we have some of our original nonprofit trees here too.
Wow.
And those work as years previously, where people can bid on those nonprofit trees, and 100% of those funds go back to that nonprofit. So we have the Community Foundation, the Women's Club, the PTO, Turtle Time, and Restore the Arches, and the Chamber all did their trees this year.
Wow.
So
I guess I haven't. I got to find the turtle tree.
Yeah.
it's on this table
on
right
that
here.
table.
What is the
I'm
most popular
I'm gonna
tree
go
so
grab-
far?
I'm just gonna go grab a little one that I like.
All right. What's the most popular tree so far that you see
You
the
know,
big bidding?
honestly, I've still been running around quite a bit. I haven't really had an opportunity to take a peek at the bid sheets. But a lot of people are around that PTO flamingo tree, all the kids
I
signing
see.
ornaments. I think it's absolutely adorable.
We have
So
wine. Is that a wine?
it is.
Thing
It's a
over
mini
there?
version of their wine tree.
Yeah.
Kind of did it a little different this year.
And so all the money raised is going to the different charities, right? You
So
break it up a
all
certain
the
way.
Small trees and the trees that are being auctioned and donated, those are all going to the 33931 fund.
Okay.
We still have applicants in process there.
Okay. Let me
Um,
let me take a time out and explain the 33931 fund, because even today on our Facebook page, somebody asked, "How do I get money? I lived on the beach and I lost everything." You can go to the Community Foundation website or the Women's Club website. As long as you're a resident, can prove you're a resident of 33931, you're eligible for $500 cash. No questions asked, no strings attached. You'll never have to pay it back. It's not like you don't need flood insurance to get the $500. It's money that you're going to be given, and you can spend any way you want. So if you haven't gotten any of that money yet, please go on one of those sites and apply for it.
Absolutely. We're still taking applications. We're actually hoping to keep raising money, so we might be able to do a second round.
Nice.
It may not be the same denomination, but we're hoping that that's a possibility. We also do have our holiday raffle that's still going on, and that is the grand opening for Margaritaville. Those tickets are here tonight, and they're $20 a piece or 6 for $100.
Sweet.
Will someone win those tonight then?
Somebody will win those
All
tonight.
right.
Oh,
We
there
are
you
doing
go.
cash drawings throughout the night, and then
Yes,
their
and
name
yes.
goes back in the hopper for the main prize. The funds for that specifically go back to the Women's Club.
Great.
At some point, I guess what we need to decide what we're going to do, what our next phase is going to be as an organization too. So
Do you know what you're going to do on the property yet, or are you still kind of figuring that
we
out?
know it has to be completely demolished.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was
Which
really
is
rough
such a
to look
shame
at.
because it was the first school, right?
It
I mean,
was.
that's
Mhm.
heartbreaking to me.
Yeah.
I loved that building. I
And,
I loved going in there.
Even in its demolition state that it's in right now, and you walk up to the building and some of the siding is peeled away and you're seeing some of the original siding and some of
Oh.
the things that were there. And
Don't make us cry
It's rough.
tonight,
I
Megan.
know.
No, there's no
It's
crying
rough.
tonight. There's no crying during Christmas.
I know.
Unless you put your tongue on a pole and it sticks there.
what you got there, Kim?
So I have this. I love this tray because it's got sand dollars, it's got shells, it's got starfish on it, and it looks like it's got sea glass on it as well.
Beautiful.
It really is beautiful. I mean, don't you like this tree there? And I like that every tree now. I hope I grabbed the right one, but each tree has a little story about that.
It does.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
a good point. It goes back to me talking about that partner tree. We tried to tell a little story about that nominating person or family for that particular tree. Some are kind of evident, some are not, but that's okay.
Like this one says, the couple nominated for these trees lost their home and business on the beach. They are in the process of finding a rental home, and they have 2 little guys. So just so that you know, if you come on down,
Mhm.
bid up these trees.
Barb wants the tree.
Who?
Barb, what's the bid on the tree right now?
100.
It's 100.
Barb, the tree right now is 100. What would you like us to put down for you? You
We'll
up for
have to get
150?
you a bidding number, Barb.
Barb needs a bidding number, but how much money are you willing to put up,
I
Barb?
love this
Don't
tray.
talk shit,
Beautiful,
Barb, and
isn't
not
it?
put money.
Really is.
Put money where your mouth is, Barb. 150.
Yeah, I'm in the process of redoing some stuff, and these colors are just so calm.
What are
and
you in the
peaceful.
process of redoing?
The house.
Our house?
Yeah.
The one I live in?
Surprise.
Like, what are you redoing?
Well,
I haven't seen you redo anything. What are you
I'm
talking
working
about?
on it.
Like
I'm
what?
working on it. Paint.
Do you ship? Barb wants to know if you ship.
The what?
Do you will you ship the tree?
Yes, we will ship them. That's a great point.
Thank
you
you.
for asking that, Barb.
So you obviously, Barb, you'll have to pay
And
for the
actually,
shipping.
Kim, I don't think that one goes with,
With
this
that one?
tree.
All right, so hold this.
No, that's number 20.
All
You
right,
grabbed
hold
the wrong
this.
Oh, it might be
Hang on,
lower.
hang
Might
on.
be lower, Barb. You might be in luck. But if it's higher, I want to see a bid over there.
This is number 20.
No, I know, but this.
So
Yeah,
is
that
this?
goes to 45.
So let me ask you a dumb question.
Yes.
So she's not here when she hears me ask this. Is this a real tree or a fake tree?
Are they what?
Are they real or fake?
No, they're fake.
Oh, they're fake. So
Artificial.
they'll last forever.
They're
I got you.
artificial.
See, why is the Wink? You see, the Wink girl keeps trying to come on.
I
She
mean,
wants
I
to be
have
on
to-
our show.
All
Barb
right.
and her team made these absolutely gorgeous trees. I cannot believe how creative her
Who?
team is.
Who made them?
Barb at the
stand
White Egret.
Corrected.
Yes.
All right. Is it Barb that's
Barb.
bidding? Barb, it's 145.
Barb,
And
145.
this couple tree, the couple nominated for this tree is frequently seen at community events, either organizing or even showing up in funny costume. They lost the majority of their belongings in the storm and are currently staying in an RV,
Come on, Barb.
all while leading efforts to help.
That's why I knew you had the wrong tree.
Huh.
I know who that
Interesting.
couple is.
Barb,
I'm guessing who that couple is too.
Barb, I hope you're sitting
And
at
we
home
have
crying.
very similar tastes.
Yes, we do. We do. So what else can I tell you? The VIP lounge is open. Sheena is here, and she's
Sheena
playing.
Brooke is playing.
Happy to see her. The bar is open. That's important.
Yep.
And both Rude Shrimp and Laola have their food trucks here, and they are
I
cranking
didn't know
out some
Tom was
yummy
here.
stuff. So overall, it's going to be an amazing night.
But to be
Awesome.
honest, all of the trees are super,
Yes.
super cute. And I
Yes.
know you have ones online that are sequestered away, but
Yes,
now we've already
And they
shown
can
this
still be
one.
bu-
So
they can still be bidding online for those trees that are online.
where, and say again where they go to find
The
that.
link is probably going to be easiest to find on our website, which
Okay.
is fmb-wc.org.
Oh, look at Wink is going to do a shot right with us behind him. How awesome is that? They want to catch her on the views. No, let's
Oh,
see. They can move
stop
out of the way.
it.
They know where the action's at. Oh, you
All
see, they
right.
move
Well,
right out of the
folks,
picture.
if
Do
you
I have to
wanna-
round up another guest for you?
Yes,
Yeah,
Mary's
Mary.
coming on next. If you can lasso Mary in. Mary Torgerson. Mary.
Mary.
Yes,
I said Barry.
Mary.
That's what I was like. I don't think she
I
heard
can
you
get
correctly.
married
Who is
for
Barry,
you.
by the way? Do we know what Barry?
We do know a couple
Yeah.
Barrys.
If you find a Barry,
Huh.
bring him on. We'll put Barry on too, wherever the hell he is.
Well, I'll do my best to find Mary.
If
for
not,
you
if not, bring
instead.
us a Barry.
Not Mary Manilow.
No.
Mary.
We can make
That
it
would be
work. We can make it
fantastic
work.
if you came to the event.
Yeah, he's
Can you
like 90
imagine
years
that?
old, Megan,
I know.
Hey,
Can you
he
imagine
still likes
if-
Christmas?
but he writes the songs.
He
We
still
really
likes
He
need
writes the
Jimmy
songs.
Buffett to show up at one of
Barb
these
says
things.
150. How do
All
we
right,
sign
All
up?
right, we'll get her a number.
All right, Barb.
Okay.
All right. I
We'll
don't
get you a
know-
number.
you'll have
I
to
don't know
tell
how
me
we're gonna
Barb's
get you a
last
number.
name. Okay.
All right.
All right. We'll get it
All
done.
right, Megan. Thank you so much. We know you got a
Absolutely.
lot to
I
do.
will find Mary for you.
Mary is
Thanks, guys.
wandering around.
Thank you. And I'm going to go put this lovely tree back.
Oh, what am I going to do? Figure out something to
I don't-
say?
I don't
think
know,
I can
but
do
I
it.
really love this tree.
So, okay, while they're working out what's going on there, I see Wink's doing an interview. They want to be in the backdrop of our show because they know they're going to get more viewers that way. Same. Hi, guys.
Barb, I'm writing it down.
I'm sorry. Oh, how are you? Come sit down. Come sit down. Come sit down. No, come sit down. Come sit down. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Lorna. Yes, sit down. Yes, sit down. Lorna is the photographer, the best photographer in the world.
Oh,
It's
no.
so
There's
nice to
several good
see
ones
you
on
and
Gallup,
have you
actually.
live. Last time we spoke, you were kind of on the screen there. We were
Right.
doing things
Right, and
remotely.
we couldn't hear.
Right,
couldn't hear
right,
each
right. We were
other.
on the phone.
Technical difficulties.
So are you out taking pictures now, or
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been
So
out and about.
on the beach. What are you taking pictures of?
I'm trying to find some good positive things. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Some things that we can build on.
Yeah,
But I'm also trying to find. I'm really wanting to capture some of the
the destruction.
but some positives in there too, right? You know, to
Now, are you still selling the cards and the
yes,
so
yes.
kind of tell
I'm
people?
just about out. Have a
No
few
kidding.
left, but not many. Have a few prints left, not many. Did a thing for the calendars. I don't even know if you knew about that.
I don't.
So
I
I,
didn't.
just decided at the last minute. I'm like, I'm gonna throw some calendars together. I
So
did.
what pictures? What's on the calendar?
I don't have them with me, but
So
they're
just
over
give
there.
us an example of.
So there's the picture of the tree with on Lover's Key. That's kind of the lone tree on a
Okay.
cloudy day.
All right.
Then my seat, the starfish, the manatee, that the kissing manatee.
Yeah.
The sandcastle in November. I have a good thing on a sandcastle picture because that was always in November. Just tried to kind of match things, and then the pier with the fireworks for
Yeah,
July.
Yeah.
just tried to kind of make
Nice,
it fit
nice.
whatever month we were in.
And
Yeah.
you donated a lot of the money. Like
Right,
I know
yeah,
you gave
we
us a
donated
bunch of
all-
money.
Donated all the profits to the foundation, and you guys in the beginning, and then I just went ahead and just did
Nice.
straight to the foundation.
Nice.
So right now, I think I'm about maybe wrong, maybe 12,000.
That's
maybe
a lot of money.
$14,000.
Wow. From people
So,
buying your postcards and
$30 a pop. Just
kidding.
amazing.
how did
People
you
are
keep
so
up with
generous.
the shipping?
It was crazy.
Tell me about it. We're
It
trying to
was
keep up with
nuts.
the shirts.
I know, right? I had to.
You need
I
a
had to-
volunteer.
I had a system. No, I didn't even have a
You did
volunteer.
it yourself.
I did it all by myself because I was up north. My husband was down here living in a little camper in front of our house till we got electricity. We had nothing. So he wouldn't let me come. So I needed something to do because I was grieving so
Oh,
much
sure.
for our island.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I got to have something to keep me busy because I'm just about to lose it here. So
There's a it's not really a picture, but there's something in my mind that I'll never forget when I was like waiting on the other side of the island when people came over
Trying
for
to
the
come over.
first time.
Mm.
When the sheriff and everything was lifted and they were letting people over.
Yep.
Everybody was crying.
yes.
It wasn't their
absolutely.
house. It wasn't. It
was
was.
the
They
island.
saw like I cannot believe
I know.
the pictures and the video don't do it justice. I
know.
can't believe what I'm seeing.
I
You know, they were saying Times Square, and then they go down Estero, and Estero was just totally demolished.
Mhm.
But you see people starting to rebuild the poinsettia
Yes.
trees first, and then Wahoo Willie's opens, and then you
Yes.
get you're going to see little pockets of things
We're
grow.
getting little
Yeah.
little everyday
Yeah.
little snippets of hope is what
More
I
and
call
more.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Just anything we can do. And like I try to get over to like maybe to Bayfront Bistro, have
Yes.
a bite. Go to Wahoo Willie's, have a bite. You're
Right.
just trying to support because there's not a lot of us on the island right now, really.
Right, and then when you see groups of people like this,
Yeah.
they're so positive and happy. Like, yeah, things are shitty in different places back there, but everybody's together.
You know what? You got to find something to hope for every single day.
Yeah.
Even if it's just that, oh, I got my power on today. You're like, woo,
The
I
thing
mean,
that-
everything is important,
And
right?
the thing that's sometimes it's crazy to me, like I got a picture today from a resident on the island who's trying to figure out how to get all the debris. Like she lives on the back bay,
Ugh.
and there's people's boats and cars and
Yeah,
docks and
right.
garbage
right
and
by-
right in the
outside her
water.
door, right? Yeah.
And what do
Mhm.
they do? It's
I
like you
know.
feel like getting an army of people together and, just
lifting it
figuring out how
yourself.
to go
Right.
and volunteer and say, okay, if we put all this stuff on the side of the road, they'll
Right.
come and take it.
Right.
But how do we get it?
How do you
How
get
do
it
you
out of the
do that?
water,
So-
right? Without hurting yourself.
Right,
Because I mean,
right.
God, there's probably
Right.
that flesh-eating
Right.
bacteria in the water.
Right. The
You don't
last
want to
thing
get
you
in
wanna
there
do
and
is
get
get in the
yourself
water,
cut or
so-
anything like that. Absolutely, that's right.
Well, how
Right.
can people still buy your stuff?
Sure.
Where
yeah.
do they go?
It's my little low-key way of doing it, but just give them my cell number 270-860-2119. Just give me your name, your address. If you want to go to my Facebook page, you can see what I have.
Tell them where it is.
Lorna Littrell Photography.
Spell it because there might be people.
LORNA LITTRELL Photography. I do have a Facebook page under that name. I also have an Instagram page, and then also have a website, just LornaLittrellPhotography.com, so they can go there and see all what I have. Any 8x10 prints, they can buy them for $30. I donate the printing costs and everything, and I pay for the shipping, everything.
Folks, if you
and-
haven't seen any of these pictures, I know we get new followers all the time, but you need to go on Lorna's Facebook page or website and just see the pictures that you were taking back before this whole thing
Right.
happened. Or people want those more than
They
ever
want
now
those memories,
because they're all memories.
Exactly.
But you're making new memories because eventually all this destruction will
I
be
went
gone.
down to behind the Wyndham.
Oh, I
and,
was
you know,
there
that
last
old
weekend
pier,
doing a video.
And there was all kinds of pelicans, and they were so beautiful. And I was like getting them pictures.
Yeah.
And I want people to know the birds are coming back. I saw some royal terns. I
No
saw
way.
some ruddy turnstones. I think they're called. Different birds are starting to come back.
Yeah.
That
Little
always
at a
excites
time.
me.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
means we're getting back. It's
I
getting
wish
back.
you would tag me more in your posts or
I
tell
try
me,
to, but sometimes I try to.
or
put
just
it-
send me a text saying, okay, I just put it up. It's never too much.
Yeah,
Never too much.
Because I'll do at beachtalkradio.com or
Okay.
whatever for the Instagram.
Maybe
but I don't know
it's
if not
my
getting over on
operator
Facebook.
error. So
Nah, that's probably me.
whenever I see them, I make sure to reshare them because they're
Yes.
such great
I
pictures.
appreciate
So
that. I appreciate
well,
that.
thank you for stopping
Oh, yeah,
by. I
I
know
just
I
wanted to meet you
kind of grabbed you.
guys.
Thank you for doing
And
everything.
I wanted to meet you.
Thank
tell
you for the
hi. Thank you
donations.
for everything you guys have done. You're
Stop
incredible.
saying thank you.
No, you are incredible. You guys have
Thank you.
done amazing things.
Well, thank you, and we'll stay in touch and keep
Yes,
taking
for
pictures.
sure.
All
Sounds
right. All righty. Well, that was unfortunate. I forgot to plug the computer in. So as soon as Lorna was finished, I hope you guys are still there. As soon as Lorna was finished, the laptop died. So I plugged it in. All right, dear. We're ready for Mary Torgerson, our next guest. So where'd she go? Thank you to Lorna. It's Lorna Littrell. Yeah, I think it's Lorna
She'll
Littrell.
be back in a
Man,
couple of minutes.
She took some awesome pictures, and she donated like $12,000 to our fund at the beginning. And it was so awesome to meet her. And she's taking great pictures now. I see Eddie Root is here, Mr. Dune Walkover, Karen Woodson, Town Councilwoman Karen Woodson is here, and her husband.
Yep.
So thank you for watching. Elaine from Chester, West Virginia.
Chester
I don't
from
mean-
Elaine, West Virginia.
I apologize, Elaine, for calling you Chester. Terry, where's everybody watching from? I know we don't have a huge audience right now.
I
'cause
will
it's so.
say you already sold 3 of your sweatshirts.
Did you go back to the truck and get
Yes.
them? Wow.
But it looks a little weird sending them out of the truck.
No,
I
that's
don't
the
know.
way back in
I
the
don't know.
old days when the record
You
people.
want to buy some shrimp out of the back of
We
my
sold 3
truck?
sweatshirts so far, so
Yeah.
you should have $300, 100 each.
No, they're not $100.
They're not?
No, they're 50.
Oh, $50.
Wait,
so-
I think I might have sold them for 65.
Nice, very nice.
No, 50.
So where's Mary? Because I need to use the restroom, of course. And there's Karen. Is Mary coming?
You're gonna have to wait a minute, dear. You're gonna have to
So
hold your
Sandusky,
bladder.
Ohio. We love Ohio. Sandusky. Where's Sandusky by? The only thing I remember about Sandusky is Sandusky from Penn State, the child molester guy.
Let's not go there on Christmas. There's so
It's not
many
really
cute
Christmas
trees.
yet.
So many
Wisconsin,
cute trees.
of course. We have people from Wisconsin. South Whitley, Indiana. That sounds like a small town. I'm guessing it's not 80 degrees in South
I would
Whitley,
love
Indiana.
to go around.
The wing
to
people
all-
keep walking around like this is a huge area, and they keep stalking us. Like
No,
they keep
they're going to talk to Dan.
no, they keep over. No, Dan, make sure Dan, don't.
Leave him alone.
Make sure
Let him-
Dan, make sure you get that in the picture. Dan knows the drill. He's gonna stand right in front of us. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
I'm gonna go get my
see,
picture with them.
this is so bogus. These people.
I don't understand why
in
everybody
front of
can't
us.
work together.
Get us some little FaceTime.
I
Like,
don't
You see,
understand.
here's the thing that's funny, everybody. The
You
TV
see
girl.
what's on his
What does it say? Don't kick me.
Don't touch.
You see, he's got the Wink. When you're watching Wink later tonight and you see the girl doing the report in the red dress, realize she's got white tennis sneakers on. She's not fully dressed. There you go. No, a little bit more. There's Dan the mayor's doing an interview. Yeah, on Wink. You see, we're giving Wink some free publicity right
That's
here.
all
The
right.
viewership on Wink
do
is about
feel
to go
bad,
sky
though.
high right now.
I do feel bad that he's got that on his back, but
Who put a
I don't want to
sticker?
go. I
You
don't
see,
want
who
to go.
put a sticker on the mayor's back? So unprofessional. Now look, you
Did
can
you
see.
do that?
I wouldn't do that to Dan. I would do that to other mayors, but not to Dan. Now, they see the girl, the lady. Is she a lady or she's a young lady? She's
Whatever.
doing the interview.
the
Look, she's
interview.
not dressed like fully dressed. She's
I
got
love
sneakers
that.
on.
I think that's great.
I don't know
think it's
about that.
great.
I know it's probably more comfortable that way, but that's totally unprofessional. She should have high heel shoes on or
Are you kidding me right now?
not high heel shoes, but slippers, like some kind of.
Walk that back. Walk it back right now.
What do you dress? You get dressed up in a dress. What do girls wear? Ladies
She's
wear.
got comfortable shoes on.
Oh, Dan,
God.
no, I love it. That's going to be edited out. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Well, they can't see the sticker on TV. When you guys are watching Dan on TV tonight, realize he's got a sticker on his back.
They'll edit that out.
Yeah.
They'll edit
Nancy
that out.
loves Wink. Very nice. All right. Is Mary coming on or not? Because
I
it's
don't know.
4:30 already.
All right.
Go get Mary. And I wanted to tell one more story. Dear, turn the camera back so we don't give Wink all our free airtime. They're not paying for that. One more thing about the funeral today. So now we're upstairs in the lunch portion of the funeral. After the lady downstairs thought I was Bob, now we're upstairs having lunch. You know, you're milling around. It's a country club kind of thing in Port Charlotte, and you're milling around. You know, you're trying not to look like you're starving, you know, grabbing gigantic plates of food. And I'm a wallflower at a funeral. I'm standing on the corner. I don't know a lot of people. And some guy walks over to me and says, "Oh, you look like you must be family." And I was like, "No, I just know Ellen. I'm not family at all." And now, okay, awkward situation number 2. What do you do in a situation like that? Do you start talking to the guy, or you I just kind of like turn to the left, and now I'm standing facing the wall. Not a wallflower. Now I'm facing the wall, looking out, thinking, all right, this is awkward again. What do? You don't want to be rude. Oh, here she is, Mary Torgerson, everybody. Saves the day. Mary Torgerson is part of the women's club and part of so many things. And
sorry, I was getting a knife to cut some limes.
Because you need limes for
a cocktail.
I see. Well, what a lovely setup this is, Mary Torgerson.
Wow, we kind of made a parking lot party, Ed.
Yeah, I think this is a keeper. This might be a yearly thing, or no? What do you think?
Well, I think it'd be nice to have it back on the beach next year.
Yeah.
This
like,
is our 5th annual Christmas tree festival. After the Women's Club was knocked off its foundation, and all of our Christmas tree festival supplies went in somewhere in the bay in our brand new shed that people so graciously
donated for a new shed, and now it's in the drink.
So, and this is Finn, the neighborhood junkyard dog.
Yeah. All right.
And,
looks like Scott's going to join us. There, you're in charge of the interview. I got to go ahead.
I don't know what's going on.
We're switching out. Yeah, he's got to go to the bathroom, so I got my own headphones.
Should we scoot closer to you?
Yeah, come on.
Are we doing a duet Christmas song, Mary and I?
That's really frightening.
All right, guys.
You do it. We're doing it.
What were you guys talking about?
Well, we were just talking. Ed was just asking if this is going to be an annual event here, and I said, well, it would be kind of nice to get back to the beach. We're really grateful that all the owners here at Island Storage Suites, aka Man Caves, allowed us to pull this off. And it's fun to see a little camaraderie and people having some Christmas cheer and bidding on trees. But you don't know. How do all the owners feel about us all being here?
So this is Scott Allen. Go ahead, give your creds here. So Allen Development Company.
I'm just always here at the Man Caves trying to, piggyback off everybody's good time.
So I know that the building, which really breaks my heart, that the Women's Club building is not going to be. It's going to have to be demolished.
Yeah. So
because it was the beach school. It was originally the beach school,
part of
right?
The building was one of the original schoolhouses in the 50s, but it was knocked about 6 feet off the foundation, and part of the new additions were gone.
Right.
Also, the shed that everyone just raised money for that was actually hurricane tied down. Is gone. I'm guessing it's somewhere in the bay, but we haven't seen it anywhere. So I don't know what Scott was going to say, but I'll give a brief plug really quick. We Sanibel Captiva Vake was sponsoring this event this year. And then we lost everything, and we were like, well, there's no way there's going to be an event. And then Barb with the White Egret in Santa Maria Island has a vendor that also is one of Anita Saracita's vendors, who has the Islander and the Pure Peddler and Local Color. And she said she really wanted to do something nice. And so she ended up donating about 50 trees.
Nice.
That we have. Some we put on silent auction. So if you're watching this, go to our website or go to our Facebook page, and we have the silent auction on up under 32 auctions. And I think it's called the Mini Tree. Look for that. We have about 40 trees here. And typically this event goes to nonprofits, but it was really hard for nonprofits to get together. But we did end up having, I think we have 5 trees for nonprofits. I think we have the PTO. I think we have
Turtle Time,
the Community Foundation. The Women's Club has one. There's 2 more, and I can't tell you who. Chamber of Commerce is one. There's one more. I might come up with it in the middle of talking, especially when he's talking.
Well, go ahead.
I just, the best part for me is when I designed this project at Island Storage Suites, one of the reasons I enjoyed it was because I thought it could be a venue for a lot of events going forward. And the opportunity that we have now to continue events for the beach, where the beach isn't allowed to have those venues,
Right.
and to provide a 6-acre parking lot with buildings on it, really exceeded my expectations of what we could, give back. And, this just makes me really happy.
I'm just going to add on to that really quick. When we didn't know what was going to happen for Halloween, they graciously, and the owners participated, allowed us to do trunk or treat here. I think we had about 15 units open, and the kids just came in and trunk or treated. And one of our friends, like family, ended up buying pizzas, and a lot of kids and people ate pizza. It is even though there's a lot of concrete here, it is a family unit here. I know it sounds kind of
Honestly,
funny.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
concrete
it's-
jungle here where you can do a lot of that.
I know, but it works. It
Yeah.
totally works. You have the space to park. You've brought in stuff. I mean, maybe we could put a brewery here in the back,
Yeah.
coming forward.
And we had a party a couple weeks ago, Mayhem at the Man Caves, and I don't know if we
Right.
came out and said anything about it, but just by having a lot of fun watching bands and having a lot of beach residents come and have a good time, we ended up raising $22,000 for the beach.
That's
so-
awesome.
Yeah, so
That is
it's been a lot of fun.
So I want to ask you, in regards to like the women's club building, is there any way, as a developer, something like that can come back? I mean, you're going to have to rebuild stuff, but can you build it back in a way that honors kind of that tradition and style?
Anything's rebuildable. The biggest difference maker on the beach is going to be the cost to rebuild everything. So when you rebuild at cost to build, what business or entity or organization owns that building, and are they able to, continue their, resources to afford that price? So yeah, that's going to be the biggest factor going forward with the new builds.
So we need to do a
Another fundraiser.
fundraiser.
But
Yes.
I do
Many
have
more
a question
fundraisers.
though. I do have a question though, because if we do a certain aspect of breakaways like Wahoo Willie's did, do we have the ability? I think maybe the first person asking this, and I don't know specifically to the women's
To
club.
stay
Are
at
we
that level,
Are we
yeah.
able to stay on ground level like Wahoo Willie's did? I
I
know
don't-
they
I
have
don't-
breakaway walls, and they
Yeah.
have to have refrigeration that moves.
I
and-
think it's going to depend on what the floodplain map shows, and I think that's coming
I
up.
think they're going to prohibit anything that you can air condition. I could be wrong,
You
but I'm pretty
can't
sure it's
have any-
anything you can air condition on a ground level.
Right.
So if it's something that you need to air condition, it's probably going to be something that's
Can
prohibited
you
by
not
the beach.
put the air conditioning on top?
You could, but then you need an air handler and all sorts of different components.
We're
Maybe
gonna
a mini
make
split
this
works, but it's
work.
going to be difficult. But
We are going to make
hey,
this
there's a lot of
You're on
smart
the-
people
you're
on the
on the team.
beach, and we can probably make this work.
I really want to see one damn cottage survive, even if it has to be revived. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hope that you're able to save some of the pieces of the building that can be put in the new building, because I believe that there will be a new building, and that's just what I'm going with. That is my Christmas wish. From
Okay.
my lips to Santa's ears. Let's do that.
Okay, I don't know how you and I got on the same set.
Well, we were going to sing a duet Christmas song.
It's really
Oh,
bad.
that'd be great.
We don't want people to turn off.
Oh,
I'm gonna give
no.
the mic back to
Let's
Mary,
do that.
and thank you for
Were
having
you
me on.
really-
Though
Oh, you're so welcome. But we would love to have you sing a duet if you would like to.
Yeah,
Okay,
wait.
all right.
Not a
I
good
got
idea.
it.
That's it.
bad for
Hey,
for the viewers that you guys have, the 1.76 million.
I will say, if you're out and about, I think we still have about 2.5 hours left tonight. We still have a lot of trees that are available. There's a really dang cute one that the PTO did that all the kids signed.
There you go.
That
PTO.
PTO signed, all the kids signed the decorations on them. Super cute. We have Sheena playing live music. We have Rude Shrimp and
La Ola's?
Ola here
Yep.
for food trucks, and the food is yummo. I've eaten a bite of about 4 people's.
Are you that person that just is like, okay, you're looking the other way? Let me take
Yeah.
a taste.
I am that person. Well, not to everybody, like my people.
My people, just my people. Well, thank you so much for coming on and having us down here. It is a beautiful evening. It's a wonderful event. It's a good cause. And I hope that people, that if you're watching and you're in the area, come on down. If you're not in the area and you're watching, go on their website, bid on those trees, because the twin tree, the sister brother tree, goes to a family that's really been affected by the hurricane.
So we actually have a wait list. So there might be some, but over 70 trees. I think it's 71 went to families that have been affected by Hurricane Ian, individuals too that have been devastated by the hurricane.
Mhm.
So it's kind of a unique way for us to do this Christmas tree festival, but it's the right thing at the right time for sure.
And this one is super cute too.
That's
gotta
like,
turn the
I think
camera
that's the
around. It's like a
community
snowman.
foundation.
Is it? That's
Super
really
cute.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
I know
you.
you got to get back to all of your peeps, so we appreciate your time. All right, thank you
you.
so much. All right, folks, I'm gonna try and look at the there. All right.
I need my headphones back. Everybody's been so nice and coming up and saying. I think the biggest thing is the sweater. People want their own sweater.
I want to show. Can I turn the camera to show the community foundation tree? Well, you're not answering me, so I'm going to do it. So is that not adorable, folks? I mean, look at that snowman. I love decorating with snowmen. Obviously, we're in Florida, so we don't get that. So I miss it from being up in New York, and that is just an adorable tree. I will say that the bid, come on, folks, we got to get this bid up. It's like at $120, $150. So please come on down, bid it up. It's an adorable tree. It goes to a good cause. There's also there's treats, there's gifts under the tree. So I don't know. Yeah, there you go. You can see that. There's also sorts of gifts under there. So please.
What happened? The kids knocked the sign down?
No. I
Oh.
was showing that
Oh, I
snowman
see.
tree.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh boy, everybody's been so nice. Stop thanking us. We're not doing anything, please. Enough
Well,
of that.
you're not, for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Everybody's been so nice. It's now the weather is perfect. Now it's ugly sweater weather. So, but what were you guys shooting the breeze about there, you three? Why are you sitting so far away from me now? I feel like you're not in love with me
Well, you
anymore.
haven't washed that sweater, so I'm sitting over here. We were talking about the event. We were talking about, I think I put Scott under a little bit of pressure about, could the women's club be built kind of in the same theme that it was, like a cottage, but up? Because I would like to see.
Oh, they have to build up
that.
over there?
Well, I don't know.
It's
but
nice to see all the kids. It's nice to see. You know what?
Aren't the holidays about kids?
It's nice. Oh, no
Oh, my
freaking way.
gosh.
Get over here and sit down.
Come sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I'm not on that thing.
Yes,
Yes,
you're
you
on
are.
this.
I've
The
been
great
drinking.
Terry. I don't even
Hi,
know what's your
everybody.
Terry from Pete's Time Out. Terry,
Oh, it's been
it's so nice to
long.
see you. Good God. Terry would
my
be such a bitch to me every Saturday morning when I rolled in and I wanted to
Whatever.
crank the music on so that we could start the party. And now
Look at you. You are tiny.
with your hair all out
Yes.
and drinking what is that? You don't drink
Mick
that.
Ultra.
Oh, yeah.
Mick Ultra.
No.
Why
You're
you got that
usually-
thing in
We're
my
on
face?
You're
the
usually
show
a
is-
Bud Light
It's like
person.
having balls in your face or something. I love you. Bye.
Yes. Yes, I missed
And
that.
mic drop.
Get your balls out of my face. Now, wait, where are you and Mike working now? Where are you? Where is the place? What's the name of the place?
Marcos.
Marcos?
And do they have
The
breakfast?
balls out of my face.
You were on the show. You
Marcos.
got people have to hear where you
Oh,
are.
they are?
Yes,
There's
we're
people?
live.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
people.
We only have 9 listeners. Don't worry. I
Marcos Diner.
Nice.
have no idea where that
Get
is.
that fucking.
No, nobody. Here comes the FCC. They were going to lose our license.
Marcos
Marcos.
Diner. On
Where is it?
San Carlos Boulevard.
Yeah, San Carlos. I have no idea where that is.
On the way to the beach.
Yeah, on the way to
Over
the beach.
by Thunderbird.
No idea where Thunderbird is.
Trailer park.
Now, is Mike's working there too?
Huh?
Mike is there too?
Yes.
From
And I'm
Pete's
trying to
Time
get
Out.
Angela there.
Oh,
I know.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
We were talking today that we would love to get people together to see Bridget and,
Yeah,
and
we should get it
everybody that
like-
used
yeah,
to come in
yeah,
the
we-
morning
yeah.
because we
Yes.
miss everybody.
How do we do that? Can we
Um,
come to your place there? But we
oh.
want you guys. Do they serve beer for breakfast?
No.
No beer. Oh, that sucks.
Alcohol free.
I'm
But they have
sober until
coffee.
2.
What's wrong with that? We got to get everybody together somewhere. Maybe we can get the old crew together at Buckets.
Yes.
That would be a
that
good
would
idea.
Be
Just
beautiful.
Yeah, that would be a good
well, we
idea.
got to find a breakfast place. I
Why?
don't think they
Well,
serve
we can do it.
because it's got to be the same atmosphere. Bridget and what are the other two? What are their names that we used to see every Saturday?
Who?
They used to sit with Bridget.
yeah.
I'm totally blanking.
Yeah, you know who we're talking
I
about
have
every
a blank
Saturday
right
morning.
now. I got this big thing.
How
in
many
my
beers
face.
have you had?
3, 4.
Are you pretty much in the bag right now?
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
How many does it
You'd
take?
know.
How many does it take?
12 pack maybe.
You already dropped the F-bomb once.
I know,
So if you were
It's because
sober,
I got this big black thing in my face.
I know it is. It is
there's
disturbing.
Joel and Deanie. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, Terry, thank you so much for coming on the show, and we're gonna get together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna get together. You
Yes,
wanna-
we need to do that.
Yeah.
Any other
sure. We need
curse
to get
words you want to
together.
share with our audience?
No,
No.
I didn't know I was on the audience.
Well, that's
but
usually what we do
thank
here. We
you.
have a camera and we have a laptop and the whole thing. So, thank you. Get out of here. Get out of here. So good to see you. Oh my God, she kissed me. No, we're gonna get John King on. He's next. John King's on next. Get out of the chair. Get the fuck out of the chair. Get out of the chair. Thank you for coming on. Oh my gosh, I don't think we saw Terry since before the storm. Every Saturday morning, she was a big part of Pete's Time Out, and for 4 years we would see her every Saturday morning there, and it's devastating not to see her and Angie and those folks and John and Debbie and Mike. Mike was the chef down there. Dear, you're getting John King. John. I don't mean to snap at him. And when I snap, a town councilman comes over. That's what happens on this show right now with our 72,000 followers. There we go. Snap your finger. Hey, be careful. Be careful. Sit gently.
Is this the one with the cut legs?
Ladies and gentlemen, our final guest of the hour today is
Tell me this week, Ed.
town councilman.
That could be a new game show
What's that?
or a new podcast. How are we going to kill John King this week?
I don't know, folks. You probably didn't see it. There is video of it that nobody will ever see. John, we called John up on the stage last week because we had this great event going on in Times Square, and Sheena was playing and D-Rocks was playing. We had all these toys that were collected. So we just saw you in the audience. It was so nice of you to stop by. You were the only town council member that did stop
Everybody
by.
else has stuff they're doing.
Yeah. And so call you up on the stage, and unfortunately, when I got to stage, I didn't get any steps, which didn't matter for the short people. It only matters for the tall people.
It never matters for the tall person, except he's got his Medicare birthday coming up next month, and the body just seemed to fail me right at that time.
And I didn't know that you had knee replacement or hip
no, I didn't
replacement,
have
or
that was my good knee that went out.
and
So
just what. And I'm standing on the stage, and I'm watching you in slow motion, and there's 4 other people trying to help, and it just. You got a couple scuffs on your knee, and the lawsuit is in the mail to me, and so.
The good news is Bumbles bounce.
Yeah. But last week's event was so cool to
Yeah,
see
it was
everybody.
great.
It was just one of those low-key
Yep.
events where everybody brought a toy and the beach kids were taken care of, and everybody had a great time.
It's community, and that's one of the reasons Chris and I moved here, and we're just every time we're out in this community, it just reaffirms we made the right decision to move down here.
Now, it's different from being a person running for town council compared to when you are elected. What's the difference like now for you? Like, what are you seeing differently?
I'm getting a lot of ability to help people with their problems, and that's one of the reasons I ran. Was I like to remove roadblocks, and so even the next day after the election, I started getting calls and emails and texts, and so I started working on things for people to get it done. Somebody came up here to me tonight and had an issue with their things in their canals. Made a connection last night because of the town hall event. We'll look into getting that taken care of.
Yeah, it looks like more people are talking about the stuff that's still in the canals, and
Right.
and it's some of it. I got a couple pictures today that it's just nasty, and it's 60+ days. It
Yeah,
almost
I know.
seems like, come on already.
Well,
The thing that bugs me, and you don't have to agree, and I'm glad she's not sitting here because she would yell at me, is that it's the United States of America.
I get it.
For one time, why can't it be all hands on deck? Like, why can't you send in the National Guard and then some? to just take all that shit out of the canals. It doesn't make any sense to me. We can build bridges in third world countries in 3 days.
Well, we did it here in
Sanibel.
Yeah.
So why is that stuff still sitting in people's backyards?
in their backyards. I think obviously the state can get that taken care of. I think the canals are a completely different issue. As Director Guthrie said last night, it's going to take a little longer. That's just the reality of
it. Why is it okay for it to take longer? That's what I don't get.
Okay, Ed. It's just too many more hoops to jump through.
But why I don't understand why this country can't get something that seems so simple done. There are enough people that can do it. This country has enough money to get it done. What is the roadblock? Why is there a roadblock?
Not everybody has the followers you do, Ed.
I'm not saying,
come on now. Stop. We all know that. To borrow one of your phrases.
Stop that, whatever you're trying to do there.
If I knew, I'd give you an answer, Ed, but I really don't know.
We can move armies of people across the world in days. You can't dredge.
And leave that stuff behind.
And leave it behind. Billions and billions of okay, enough of that.
Enough of that.
You can't find, let's just say you pick one spot and there's 1 million people just cleaning it up, and then they go home at the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm sure there's legalities with that too. You have to worry about
legalities,
people getting hurt, falling off a stage.
You sound like a politician to me now. You didn't sound like a politician 2 months ago. I just don't. I know it's not your. You can't. You have no control over that.
It's above my pay grade.
Right. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense
honestly,
to anybody.
I do, and I'm with you. It's the United States of America. We move the world.
We build countries.
Yes, we move the world.
You can't build a 7-mile island. We're not even asking you to build it. Just clean it up.
Yeah.
And now you're telling us it's only going to be 90%. And
who's telling you that?
Joe Biden came down and said you're going to need 120 days. And I'm not trying to make it political, but now it's not. Now it's only 90% reimbursement, and the 10% is going to be figured out by the state. It's just okay, you got a photo op. I know. I just get frustrated with the whole thing. The post office can't get its shit together. The government can't help people with trailers, with FEMA.
Here's the thing. You're surprised the post office can't get it together. That's the amazing part.
I'm not surprised. Well, maybe I don't know. What I find out is the debris removal seems to go well. Why?
Yes.
Because the government is paying a private company to do it.
I agree.
So the government is good at regulation. Let's regulate. Don't regulate people so they're not scamming people. Regulate people so they're not stealing money from people. But get out of the way. If you can't put I know she doesn't like this argument, but let's just say, for argument's sake, that 500 FEMA trailers are sitting somewhere and they're available, which they are because they're not too far away from the last big storm. Why can't the people on Fort Myers Beach have them? Let's say there's a freak storm in March and the whole island gets flooded in March. And all 500 trailers are lost. Who cares?
Well, the taxpayer cares, Ed. You know that. When I was sitting in Iowa, I only had to worry about tornadoes and floods and snowstorms, but it always ticked me off when I'd see people on the coast that were always rebuilding, and it seemed like they never learned a lesson from the last storm. So I understand where FEMA's coming from. They're looking out for the taxpayer to a certain extent. And now that I'm down here, I understand the other side of the argument.
What is the other side of the argument?
It's a great place to live. And
you're not understanding the government side of the argument. I thought that's what you meant.
No. I understand the other side of being a taxpayer, and now I'm on the good side because I'm down here in the sunshine and shorts in December.
Yeah.
And
you're happy with the government's response to the storm?
No.
What needs to be done better?
Which government are you talking about? Feds?
Yeah.
Like you, it would have been nice to see. I hate this phrase because it's overused a lot, but I would like to see boots on the ground very early. I rode out the storm in my condo for the reason that there were older people in my building that were not able to leave. So I wanted to be there as a resource in case something happened. So we got those people out on Thursday. They were evacuated on Thursday. I was the last person to leave our condo association on Friday. And I'm at this clear south end of the island. And the only thing I saw were a couple of deputy sheriffs that were blocking Big Carlos Pass Bridge because there was no navigable way to get on that roadway with the sand dunes and everything else. So
now I know why the people in New Orleans were so mad with FEMA back then. When you're not a resident of an area where there's a storm like this, you don't really understand it. And people see the pictures and the video of it that we send out or somebody else sends out, it doesn't do the same justice as
No,
standing
it
in,
does not.
standing by the Best Western or standing by the Wyndham or anything like that. But the thing that really, and I apologize to anybody watching that thinks I'm a broken record, the thing with FEMA and the trailers, like when you put people through the application process and you go out and measure their property, knowing full well there's not a single trailer from FEMA that's ever going to come over that bridge because it's a flood zone. It's like you're torturing people. You're torturing the residents of Fort Myers Beach.
Yeah.
Just tell them that you're never getting a trailer and suck it up and figure out a way to get it
And
from.
I think it finally dawned on them, or at least I heard that last night from the FEMA coordinator, that it finally dawned on them that that's wrong and not to do it. And so they're removing that from their process. So it took a while.
60-something days
I
after
understand.
the storm.
And having people come out there and measure and just false hope. And
How does that happen? This is not, I'm not asking you, it's a rhetorical question,
Yeah.
but this is not the first storm that the country's ever had.
No.
And the people on the beach, all they want is somebody to say, okay, here's what you can do. Here's where you can put it. Here's your permit. Okay, here's the other thing. And I know that we're going to talk about this with Dan tomorrow. Now, a house gets demolished in the storm, by God, and somebody sticks a sticker on their post that says, you demolished the house without a permit. That is just like kicking them in the teeth and telling them, okay, you're in violation of knocking down your house when the storm knocked down the house.
And I understand. And honestly, I don't think you got the full story, but we handled that wrong from our end, I believe. A notice should have gone out, I think, under the last administration that said, if this is what's happened to you, this is what you need to do. Your house is missing and you want to clean up. As soon as everybody got on that island, they knew that's what they were going to do, is clean up. They should have said, these are the proper procedures to follow when you're wanting to clean up. That would have been a lot more helpful than the notices we sent out after that. But there are things that property owners need to do that
Follow the rules.
I don't think we're done in some cases.
Well, did they know the rules and didn't follow them?
Well, I think that's where I'm saying you come in and say, this is what you need to do, not you're in violation because God took away your house.
One of the problems with the last administration was the communication. I hope it gets a little bit better. I think it's getting better with Dan answering it. I think that there was a major miscommunication. For example, the code violation, and I feel bad for Stephen Campbell. Is that his first name? James Campbell? The code enforcement officer that actually works for the town.
And the other John, they both had their names associated with
their
that.
names were put on the code sticker, and they didn't write the violation.
Yeah. And that's just wrong.
They're actual employees of the town.
That's on us.
And somebody else
we need to own that.
Yeah. So, and we are going to talk
That's why I told you in private before, we need to fix the process.
Okay. I didn't mean to get too political during the Christmas season, but you're never shy about answering questions like that, so I appreciate it. Yeah,
I think that's
why you got
reasons I
elected.
got elected.
That's right. That's
is
right.
People know where I'm going to stand on things, and unless it's a stage and I fall off,
which
is always to the right, by the way.
Right. How is the process going? Have we started looking for a new town manager yet?
And I'll introduce you when you're done. Chris Hawley
Yeah,
is here.
we already spoke. Yeah,
Oh, did you?
He came
Okay.
up. He actually
Great
came
guy.
up to me.
Great guy. What I like about him, he calls me every week. This is what's going on. This is what I need from you. And that's going to happen already with his partner, Keith Wilkins. I've already got lined up for every Wednesday at 10 a.m. He and I are sitting down and have one-on-ones. I'm just so pleased.
Well, thank
these two
you.
guys.
Thank you for everything you're doing so far, and thank you for coming on, and thank you for still, even after being elected, talking to me. We
Until you
appreciate
kill
that.
me.
Until
I'll
something
keep
else
coming back
happens.
until you kill me.
John King, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
Councilman
everybody.
John King. We'll see you
Merry
soon.
Christmas,
Thank you
Ed.
very much. Get up softly, gingerly. All right, folks. We always appreciate John and his honesty, and he no matter what, when we ask him to come on or call him on the phone, he answers, and we appreciate that's what helps with everything that's going on out there with you guys and getting the information out there. And God, the whole federal government thing just pisses me off about the way people have been treated down here, and we're just going to keep putting the pressure on them. I know Kim doesn't like it when I get on the government like that, but it's just so irritating, the FEMA thing, and I don't want to harp on it, and the post office thing. And there's a couple other things that irritate me, but it's Christmas, man. Stop with the irritation stuff. All right, everybody, we're going to sign off here and hang out with the people. We're going to mill around with the people here, and we'll be back Monday night at 6 o'clock, back to the regular time, Monday night at 6 o'clock for Mondays with the mayor, and then we're back to our regular schedule. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you guys out there. Thanks for all the coffees. We're having a great month of coffees, and thank you for all the new advertisers, too. You guys have been great to us. We appreciate it. So let me see if I can get this. A little music to go out. It's not Christmas music. Maybe I should get some Christmas music. What would the Christmas song be on the way out of the show? I'm not sure what it would be. I have to think about that. All right, everybody. Say it with me. Bye-bye.